Like and subscribe, or this dragon will hunt you and burn you alive. Welcome to Animals Wow TV. Today we'll look at 9 Komodo dragon fights for survival. Stay until number 1. It's gonna be a battle of Godzillas. A note of warning though, extremely graphic videos ahead. These clips aren't for the faint of heart. Number 9. Komodo dragons are the biggest and heaviest lizards on Earth. Even with just one glance, you can tell why they got the name dragon. Just look at its large, flat head, its rounded snout, and long, forked tongue. That scaly skin covering heavy muscles. Those bowed legs that look like they can catch up to Usain Bolt. And that long tail that's strong enough to knock down large pigs and deer. It can grow up to 10 feet in length and weigh up to 150 pounds. So there's no denying that the Komodo dragon is built to be an apex predator that dominates other animals in its territory and brutally takes what it wants. And when we say brutal, we mean survival of the fittest brutal. Here are 9 stories of this animal's fights for survival. And we start with the perfect example of the Komodo dragon's savageness. Here is one Komodo dragon eating a pregnant doe. We can hear the poor mother crying in pain as her killer bites at her belly. The Komodo continues to slice through the doe's skin until it ruthlessly rips open the doe's belly. We see half-digested grass spill out. The doe dies, but the Komodo dragon doesn't stop there. It goes for the fun and rips out of the belly and proceeds to gnaw at it. Brutal. Number 8. Anything that moves in their territories is fair game for the apex predator that is the Komodo dragon, including forest monkeys. Now you may think that monkeys are very agile, so they can quickly escape from Komodos. And that's a big nope. Here's a Komodo swallowing a whole monkey as proof. With each gulp, the monkey goes deeper into the Komodo's gullet. It didn't even bite the monkey to pieces or chew. It just kept swallowing until only the tip of the monkey's tail peeps from its snout. And then we see a lot of drool dripping from the Komodo dragon's mouth. And speaking of drool, for a long time, scientists thought the Komodo dragon's saliva is full of septic bacteria, which it uses to kill its victims via blood poisoning. But later research showed its saliva contains as much bacteria as other carnivores. Then again, this animal doesn't need super toxic drool if it can swallow a whole monkey in several gulps. Number 7. As stated, Komodo dragons dominate the other animals in their territories. They don't really discriminate on what to eat. As long as they can eat it, they will hunt it. Besides the deer and monkeys we've featured, they'll also eat small animals like pigs and large animals like water buffaloes and horses. So size isn't an issue. Just look at how this bank of Komodo dragons slowly stalk and then quickly attack the left foreleg of this horse. The horse's back legs are already bloody, which is probably why the biggest Komodo nipped at the foreleg. This attack weakens the horse even more. The bank retreats as the horse kicks, but they continue to swarm around the horse until the animal's legs finally give out. As you can see, Komodo dragons use their serrated, shark-like teeth to disembowel their victims. When the belly is open, it's buffet time. Number 6. Like many of the other apex predators, Komodo dragons are single-minded when it comes to prey. So even if its prey escapes its initial attack, the Komodo dragon will calmly follow the scent of its escaped prey. Its keen sense of smell can sniff out a dead or dying animal even if it's more than 9 kilometers away. Plus, it can walk up to 7 miles each day. So distance is not a problem with this hunter. And water isn't a problem either. Because they live on islands, Komodo dragons are excellent swimmers. Natives often see them paddling for miles offshore as they island hop for food. And a Komodo dragon doesn't have to hurry because even if its saliva doesn't contain lethal bacteria, it does have venom glands in its lower jaws that contain blood-thinning venom, which prevents clotting. This venom causes its victims to go into shock and bleed out just like what happened to this water buffalo calf. The Komodo dragon takes a few bites, then leaves its prey alone for a moment while it licks its chops. The people who took the video went back to their area and found the calf almost eaten through. We're halfway through. Are you liking this video? Then please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. Remember to hit the notification button for regular updates of our informative and exciting animal videos. Number 5. In general, Komodo dragons are scavengers, so they prefer eating carrion even though they can hunt like the best predators on the planet. This is why they're infamous as grave robbers. They love to root through graves rather than hunt people. Because they do this, humans who live near Komodo dragon territories need to bury their dead in clay soil, not sandy ones, and pile rocks over the tombs to stop Komodo dragons from rooting at the bodies. And this inclination for dead bodies is also why zoos and national parks feed Komodo dragons the carcass of animals rather than giving them live food. And this is also the reason why people use stinky, rotten meat as bait to lure Komodo dragons when they film nature shows, or when they're a weird Japanese game and need an actress to run away from a gigantic lizard just for the heck of it. By the way, Komodo dragons may look like they're too heavy to walk, much less run, but these gigantic lizards can move with explosive speed. It has a speed of about 12 miles per hour, or 19 kilometers per hour. Not exactly Usain Bolt speed, but consider that an average person runs at just about 15 miles per hour, or 24 kilometers per hour. So, what the Japanese actress did was correct. If you come across a Komodo dragon, run as if your life depends on it, because it actually does. Number 4. When they're ready to mate, female Komodo dragons give off a scent in their feces that males can follow for miles. When a male locates a female, he asks permission to mate by scratching the female's back and licking her body. If the female licks the male back, they mate. If no males find them during their heat, female Komodo dragons can reproduce asexually since they have both male and female sex chromosomes. This process is called parthenogenesis. When they're ready, the females lay about 30 eggs. Just like in the stories of mythical dragons, the females bury their eggs in hot earth until they hatch 8 months later. But even though they try to hide their eggs, some predators discover these nests. Just look at these two men who discover the nest of a small Komodo dragon. They pull out the mother, rob the nest of all the eggs, then have a fun time cooking and eating their bounty. But it's not just two-legged predators that get into Komodo dragon nests. The Komodo dragon eggs must be really delicious. Here's a crocodile that stalks and invades the nest of a Komodo dragon. Maybe because it's tired from laying her eggs, the mother Komodo can't protect her eggs when the crocodile arrives. She tries to whip the intruder away, but the crocodile has the upper hand. The female Komodo escapes and the crocodile lays inside for some egg buffet. Fun fact, did you know that before Western scientists discovered and named Komodo dragons in 1912, natives already had a different name for them? They called it Ora, which means land crocodile. Number 3. The Komodo dragon is primarily found in Komodo Island in Indonesia, thus the name. But some of them can also be found in other islands in Indonesia, like Flores, Rinca, and Gili Montag Islands. They thrive in varied habitats, from tropical dry forests to savannas to deciduous monsoon forests. All of these environments have one thing in common: extreme heat. The Komodo loves hot climates, but even though Indonesia has turned the islands into conservation parks, the dragons still roam in places where humans live. Humans have learned to either avoid, hunt, or coexist with the predators that roam their islands. Just look at how skillfully this little boy saves his juvenile Komodo dragon from this boa constrictor. He pokes and prods, and even unravels the snake until it lets the young dragon go. The Komodo runs away, and the boy carries the snake to a river where he lets the snake go. This is one story that no one would believe if we'd not seen the video. Number 2. Now, even if humans have learned to live with Komodo dragons and even do their best to preserve their gigantic lizards, animals from human habitats aren't as wise. So it's not unusual for these animals to cross paths with Komodo dragons, like this pack of dogs that surrounded an adult Komodo dragon. One of the dogs bites the Komodo's tail and doesn't let go. The rest of the pack harass the dragon, but it snaps back at them. Then one dog manages to bite the side of the Komodo's throat, but the dragon keeps fighting back until it manages to get away. It swims up the river, and the dogs can only bark in frustration. The dogs were doomed to fail from the start. Komodo dragons have bony bits that act like a full-body chainmail for these animals. They develop this armor when they reach adulthood. Like human chainmail, this natural armor is very, very hard to penetrate. Think almost as hard as Bilbo's mithril shirt. So the only threat to an adult Komodo dragon is another adult Komodo dragon. Number 1. We've pretty much established that Komodo dragons aren't picky eaters. When they can't find food to hunt or to steal from another animal, they will inevitably look closer to home. More specifically, their babies. Yep, Komodo dragons won't think twice about eating their own babies or family members when they're hungry. So juvenile Komodos try their hardest to avoid adults. For one thing, They don't have their bony armor yet, so their skin is still soft and easy to bite. To get away from the adults, they usually take to the trees and catch their prey up there. But sometimes, even this is not enough. So young Komodos roll in dung so that adults don't eat them. But even when they become adults, male Komodos have another problem. They sometimes need to fight another male to earn the right to mate a female. Here are two of them. Looking at these two huge Komodo dragons fight is like looking at two Godzillas fighting. There you have it, 9 Komodo dragon fights for survival. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Hey, and while you're here, check out our video on why snakes are afraid of mantises.